What's up, guys? I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for popping in to my picks for the top 10 best films of 2022. I waited a little bit so I was able to see as much as I possibly could. Now, sure, there's still some films that I haven't seen, but there's a handful. I've seen the majority. 99 films I was able to see in the year of 2022. And this is the list. This is the top 10 list. With honorable mentions, these films I think also can be considered the best films of the year, but just for me, they didn't reach the top 10. And those honorable mentions are, some of them might shock you: Pearl, X, The Batman, The Northman, Barbarian, Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, and Watcher. I know some of you might have been surprised that some of those didn't hit the top 10. But regardless, let's hop right into it with the 10th best movie of 2022. It's Todd Field's Tar, starring Cate Blanchett, who gives a tour de force performance. She gives the performance of the year in a film that, is an examination of a woman who has it all, and things just start to fall apart and spiral into chaos, almost. I mean, the film is just so, it's riveting, it's powerful. It is sort of a slow burn, but I was entertained the whole entire time with a great screenplay and a great performance by Cate Blanchett, who I think is a shoo-in to win the Best Lead Actress at the Oscars. The ninth best movie of the year is The Banshees of Inisherin, Martin McDonagh's follow-up to Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. This film has three tour de force performances from Colin Farrell, technically four tour de force performances, including Barry Coogan, Brendan Gleeson, and Carrie Condon, who, all of these actors, they come to play. This is acting at its finest. This is the ultimate ensemble of 2022, at least one of the most ultimate ensembles in film of the year. And, the screenplay, the wittiness, the dialogue is just top notch. And it leads to a, huge rewatchability for the film. That's why Banshees is number 9. Moving into number 8 is a film that I'm sort of surprised that it's not higher on the list, but it's Steven Spielberg's The Fablements. Look, West Side Story was my favorite film of last year, even beating out Spider-Man No Way Home for the top spot. But The Fablements, I don't think it's as good as West Side Story. A lot of people are saying that it's his best movie in years. I think films like Bridge of Spies and West Side Story are better than The Fablements, but The Fablements is definitely one of his stronger films for sure. With a great ensemble cast, a great heartfelt story, with incredible direction, and I think Spielberg will win his third directing Oscar for this movie. Moving in to number 7, it's one of the most visceral experiences of the year, and it's the best visual effects I've ever seen put to film. It's Avatar: The Way of Water, and I think the sequel totally held up, from the 2009 film. A lot of people were wondering, we've waited so long, is it worth it? It's absolutely worth the wait. This movie is an experience from beginning to end. The story, the themes of family that James Cameron brings into it, his screenplay, the story, the characters, the family dynamic, it all works so well. And it's all backed up by an incredible visual experience. That's why The Way of Water is number 7. And number 6 is a film that surprised me how touching it was, how beautiful and raw and emotional. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. This movie is probably one of the best Pinocchio films ever made, right up there with the Disney animated classic. The stop motion is beautiful. The story is beautiful. It's a story about death. It's a story about life, meaning. There's so many themes in the movie, and I think the score, the songs, it all just comes together so well in this beautiful package to where Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio is the best animated film of the year and is the 6th best movie of the year. Number 5, Baz Luhrmann's Elvis with another tour de force performance. So many great performances this year. Austin Butler steals the show as Elvis, and the singing scenes and the dramatic scenes when he's going up against Colonel Tom Parker at the end of the film. He is really giving it his all, and he's incredible in this movie, and I hope he wins a couple Best Acting awards. I think he'll win the Golden Globe. We'll have to see, but he's fantastic. The pacing of the movie, I liked Tom Hanks's performance. I know some people thought it was a little over the top. I thought it worked, and I thought the film was riveting from beginning to end and extremely entertaining, and definitely one of Baz Luhrmann's best films in a long time. Moving into number 4, it's a film that's not going to be on a lot of people's top 10 lists, but it's a movie that I loved and I thought was extremely powerful. It's called My Policeman. It was in theaters for a little bit. This is a beautiful story about forbidden love, about friendship, about so many different things. And I thought it came together so beautifully and so powerful. I mean, Harry Styles, I thought, was terrific in the movie, and he's not being talked about for any acting awards. I thought he was great. I thought the supporting cast was great. The story, by the end of the film, you feel so moved. For me personally, anyway, so moved. And I just thought that I just thought it was a beautiful movie, and one of the best romance films that I've seen. So that's it. So the top 3 films of 2022. Number 3 is a film that I've just seen recently, and boy, am I happy I did. It's a film that proves that a great screenplay can totally make a movie excellent, and that is Women Talking, Sarah Polley's directorial outing, and her screenplay. She is totally, a shoo-in for the best screenplay Oscar. She wrote the hell out of the screenplay, and these actors. I mean, the film is what it's advertised as, women talking. It's a decision that they have to make in a crucial time in their lives, and the conversations they have, and their philosophies and all of it. I mean, it's so powerful, so powerful. This movie is one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful films of 2022, and I highly recommend Women Talking. It is a riveting experience and a powerful experience from beginning to end. At number 2 is a Hindi film. It's one of the only Hindi films I've ever seen, and boy, am I glad I did. It's RRR, a film that's 3 hours long, but it feels like 2. The pacing is absolutely incredible in this movie. It flies by. The action is so original. It's so immersive. This movie has everything. I mean, this literally has everything. It has friendship, it has betrayal, it has love, it has darkness, it has humor, it has dancing. There's horses, there's motorcycles, there's lions, there's tigers, there's bears, there's everything in this movie, and it all works so well. This is such a fun, entertaining. When it's dark, when it's light. Everything about it worked, and by the time the movie's over, you go, wow, this is why I love movies. This reminds me why I love movies. But it doesn't remind me as much as the best movie of the year, which I think is no surprise to any of you. It's Top Gun Maverick. You don't beat the king. Top Gun Maverick is the best made film of the year. I think it could be the best ensemble of the year. Like I said, there's a couple great ensembles with the cast. The direction. Tom Cruise commands the screen as he returns as Maverick in this movie. The story is emotional if you're going with this stuff with Rooster, with Iceman. There's so much in this movie to sink your teeth into. The, incredible action sequences, the mission they have, all the supporting characters. This movie has a heart, it has a soul, and it is just a masterpiece. And I think Top Gun Maverick is the best movie of the year, and it's fantastic. I was gushing about it as soon as I saw it, and I knew that it was going to be very hard to beat. So that's the best movie of the year, guys. That's the top 10. that's the top 10 movies. Running down it again. At number 10, Tar. Number 9, The Banshees of Inisherin. Number 8, The Fablements. Number 7, Avatar, The Way of Water. Number 6, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Number 5, Elvis. Number 4, My Policeman. Number 3, Women Talking. Number 2, RRR. And number 1, Top Gun Maverick. So guys, comment down below. What do you think about my picks? What are your top 10 movies of the year? Leave that down below. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We've got reviews for a bunch of films in our new weekly review show, The King's Corner. This last episode, we talked about a lot of films. We talked about RRR. We talked about Women Talking. We talked about Megan, A Man Called Otto, White Noise. Lots of stuff we talked about in that video. Check that out. Guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Ranking72, Instagram, and TikTok at KingOfRises131. And thank you very much for watching my picks for the top 10 best movies of 2022. And until next time, over and out.